Quarter Ninja presents.
Hello my friends, hello and welcome to Quarter Ninja's Lair, where we play games, and today we are playing Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. And this is the 49th episode of our playthrough. You might remember, if you follow the channel, we did in the first 21 episodes, we did a full playthrough to the game, and as you can see in the top right corner, we have level 55 and maximum XP. And we have 40 million money units even. So basically on level 21 we got to the level 50, which is the, I will show you just for you who don't know. You see, here are the levels, and basically you unlock all the skills up to the level 50, and then even after that you have 16 skill points, which doesn't make any sense, but it is what it is. So that was done until episode 21, and then we started a 1000 car journey where we do buy, restore, repair and sell 1000 cars. Now we are sitting at 880 cars to go, and we have 3 cars here that we prepared in the previous episode. So you can see a Nissan 380, and this is, what is this? Bolt Cape Supercharged or Chevrolet Impala, of course, and this is the El Camino Trespasser, which should be some off-road version. As you can see, let's call it hunting truck. Now, without further ado, let's bring the next car in and let's start, with our work. Let me see. I think it is Delray Imperator. I'm not sure even how it's pronounced. It doesn't really matter. That's not the car. That is basically the Dodge Challenger SRT8. As you can imagine, as you know maybe or not, some cars in the game have these funny names like this one and that one. These are the cars without license, which basically developers kinda did, without paying a license, and they couldn't call them, their real names, so they're called like this. And in reality, this is a Challenger SRT8, very nice car, beautiful machine. So yeah, we are going to do that one, and somehow in this session, the next session, mostly we are doing the vanilla and DLC cars for some reason, one or another. So yeah, that's going to be that. Okay, let's take interior out, and I think nothing can be used from basically interior, and also most of bodywork will need to be fixed, etc, etc. Let's take out the things like radiators and nice air filter. You see, you have to press these clips, remove them, and this kind of air filter that is a little bit tricky to disassemble because it has all these parts, but it's perfectly fine. Let me see, we are going to take battery out. Do we have ABS and stuff here? Yep, here it is, as you can see. So this car came from auction, and it has actually the ABS module. Usually, not usually, but always cars that come from junkyard don't have one. So we removed that. First things first, let's put battery on the charger. As you know, we always do that. Why not? We can and we should. And now I'm just looking and thinking, I think everything is removed here. We are pushing car up and starting to work on a full disassembly. I don't like this color. I think we are going to paint it probably in something different, maybe a little bit more colorful, but yeah, that's the last thing that we are going to do. So I'm clearing or cleaning basically DLC and vanilla cars, whatever I can get, whatever we have in our parking. As you maybe know or don't know, we have a 1000 car spreadsheet, which is actually a spreadsheet where We keep all the info about the process, about the cars, about what's going on. And actually you can see there is kind of multiple tabs there, and first is 1000 car journey, where you have all the infos about every single car we did until now, and even some car that we are going to do, kind of, you know, preparation for doing them in advance. After that there is parking, which is a kind of spoiler, so it's written spoiler there. If you don't want to know what is on the parking, don't look there. If you want to know, feel free to check. That is all our cars that are sitting in the parking and waiting a restoration. Third tab are engines in inventory, so you know we have some engines in the stock, less and less, in a way we are kinda now starting to prepare engine beforehand. Actually, before every episode we just build engines that we need. Why we have or had so many engines? Because we did engine guides. We were talking about every single engine in the game, 62 of them. We have six episodes about the engines. And you can also see them in the spreadsheet, 1000 car spreadsheet. So go there and check the tab engine guides, where you can see all the links all for the episodes on the YouTube, all the engines that are covered in these episodes, etc., etc. All these episodes are time coded, so basically you can just jump in and check specific engine that is interesting, that is something you're interested in. You can see how it is assembled, how it looks, you know, what kind of parts goes in, etc., etc. So it is very informative guide, short, sweet, to the point. You know, there is not much talk about anything else. In the last 6 episodes we did touch a little bit about, you know, we talked about basically what different engines are, how they differ from each other, what is i3, i4, v6, v8, you know, Hemis, stuff like that. But, you know, we are not really doing this as a technical explanation about the engine or stuff. We are just having fun. If you want more info and more precise and more high quality info, there is internet. All info is there. Feel free to check it. But we give some basic info in our guides and stuff like that. So yeah, that's, you know, something that you should check. And the last tab is about the mods. We are actually using a lot of mods for this game, which were made by different people. You know, these guys are amazing. Thumbs up for them, and, you know, support them, install their mods, you know, follow them. Go to Patreon, support them. There is multiple ways how you can do it. These guys are doing that for free, you know, giving you the content, so you should appreciate them. And I'm trying to do my part by presenting their amazing, beautiful mods here, you know, and showing them to the public. What also is important, every single mod is linked, you know, in the spreadsheet with the name of the author and link to the mod, so everything is there. You can just click and go and install the mod directly from there. So with that out of the way, let's just mention, you know, the things we always mention, and that is like, subscribe and comment. So yeah, if you like the content, well, press like button. I hope it's not a big problem for you. Of course, if you like the channel, what we are doing, subscribe, and that will be really appreciated. And the last but not least is the comment section. You know, feel free to comment, talk about the game, how do you like it or not, how do you like what I'm doing here. I don't know, what do you drive, what you want to drive, things like that, you know. Talk about stuff that are interested, that you're interested in, and things like that. I'm looking, also if you have questions, of course, don't be shy, ask. If I can answer, I will for sure. I'm just looking and thinking, should we pull the engine out? I think we should. We did all preparation work, I think. Let's try. Perfect. Engine is out. So before anything else, I will drop here and just repair stuff. If you follow my channel, if you know me until now, you can see that I forget very often to repair stuff immediately, and then I realize, oh my goodness, I didn't do it, and I jump back in. So I'm trying to remember first to repair stuff. Why we're repairing? Because we can, and there is no need not to repair stuff. See, when we have a car that is in pretty good shape, like 63%, then repair chance is 99% always. And here we can see repair chance and how much repair costs. And we will be able to repair quite a lot of parts, and that's always useful because you save money in the process, and it's kind of interesting, and it's always nice to have stuff repaired instead of, you know, buying everything new. I'm going to our inventory and I'm going to sell everything that is 99 or less. Okay, so we don't need all the old parts. Also, we should sell these absorbers, and I will keep wheels. Also, I will sell the old engine immediately. I don't want to restore engines. Maybe you know I spoke about that a lot. I figured that it's much more convenient just to sell engines and to rebuild new ones instead of losing time to disassemble engines and stuff like that. Let's restore interior. Not much can be seen, but you already know that. If you follow my channel, you know we speak about that a lot. Well, basically you can see a little bit of shinier stuff inside, but the most of the changes are coming with the welder. As you can see, welder is fixing the bodywork and things like that, although I kind of now like the color. We will see, maybe I will not change it. Let's bring the engine in. You see we have two options. We can put supercharged V8 DOHC, or we can put the Coyote one. Coyote. And we will put supercharged original one back in. Why not? Coyote is Ford engine, so let's not put Ford engine into the Dodge at the moment. Okay, I'm looking, this looks pretty nice. Let's pick up our battery and let's just not do this, but click on the engine bay and add stuff that we can here in the engine bay. That is always the first step, you know. I kind of like to do that this way. You know, when we start assembly, I drop the engine in, then I drop all these parts here, like filters and radiator, stuff like that, brake system, you know, ABSs, whatever. When we do that, then we go undercarriage and do suspension and everything else. So here we have this, we have a servo, and we should have two ABS parts here, pump and module. Perfect. So that is it. No more parts here, and everything else will be done from the down below. So for today, we will do this Dodge Challenger. Just give me a second to check something. Okay, we will do this Dodge Challenger, and then next car will be the Masserati or Maserati, whatever makes you happy, Quatroporte, which is very nice car, and we are going to do that one. That is the DLC, and this one we are doing now is basically vanilla car, which came you know, with the original game. We do have every single DLC that was released for this game, so you know, if you see some cars that you don't have, that's probably because there are, you know, in the DLC that you don't own, or they might be certain mod, but I always mention when the mods are here. So, you know, mods are very easy to install. Just go to the workshop and, you know, find the mod and click install, and that's about that. Okay, let me see, do we have bars? We do. Lucky us. Yeah, now what is going on actually, what is going on? Rim Classic 04, bear with me, all the wheels are the same, so I'm just double checking, you know, want to be sure that we don't F up something for no reason at all. So what's going on? The the release of videos now is let's say 5 days between each and every video. So you know, I was releasing them a little bit faster, but now it's 5 days, you know, between each of them. So basically that is like, I don't know how much videos per month would be. Around 6, I think we can say, yeah, around 6 videos per month. Simply I'm swamped with other work and stuff, and I cannot do more at the moment. So that's for you to know from kind of, you know, quite some time ago actually. We are doing one video every 5 days, but this is just an info for the new people who are not familiar with it. Also, I was planning to do some new games. You know, I have quite a lot of games ready and prepared, but you know, time constraints and everything, so not at the moment. We are not going to do anything, but maybe a little bit later. Although, to be honest, you know, I'm recording this episode like 2 months before it will be released on the channel. So who knows what will happen in the meantime. What I'm saying now might not be true in a month's time, and you know, this episode still will not be released. So we will see how it goes. Maybe, you know, something will change and we will do things differently, but at the moment it is how I said, you know, basically 5 days between episodes and only this game for now. So we have all the muffler stuff, as you can see, all the exhaust stuff. That would be the most, the better word. And we managed to put everything in the place. Now, these suspensions, if you follow the channel, if you watched my videos, you know that I really don't like this one, because it's overcomplicated. There is way too many things and it takes too much time. Rear springs, let's buy 8 of these, and let's buy 7. I think there was one. No, I was mistaken. Doesn't really matter. And also you see a lot of bushings are going into really this suspension, both front and rear. It is a time waster from my point of view. I call this suspension time waster. I don't like it. I passionately hate it, and that's about that. And most of the DLC, well, vanilla cars, I would say, are having the same suspension. That is, from my point of view, really, really not kind of logical and everything. You know, you will see the suspension on cars that shouldn't have one. But again, you know, it is how it is, and we should, you know, just adapt and work on that. We don't have to like it, but we have to do it, and that's it. Rear B-bar, we don't have it. Where it is, 3 of these. Let's put it in and let's move forward. You see how many of these small parts, a really huge number. I'm just checking that we did forget something. It seems we didn't. Okay, let me find the wheel here. That is the rear one. And then we are going to move on the fuel tank and the fuel pump. Okay, so that's that. Now let's finish the rear suspension, and basically we are almost done with this car, which is very nice, although there is quite a few things to be done, as you can imagine. You know, we need to finish the bodywork and stuff, finish the interior and things like that, but you know, mechanically speaking, most of the mechanical parts down under the hood, what people would say, is almost done. Yep, this is so episode 49. Next one will be 50th episode, which is very nice. I expect we will need quite a lot, you know, five cars per episode, so 200 episodes probably to finish our 1000 cars journey. But I do believe that the goal is interesting. You know, I didn't really see something like that on the net. Maybe I'm wrong. If you know someone else who did 1,000 car journey challenge, let me know. But as I said, I didn't really find it, so I am thinking this is going to be the first one and a really interesting thing. So now let us see what we are missing. We are for sure missing something. You see, there is always something missing in these suspensions, as I said. Way too complicated without any real need. And still here is the real rear suspension arm, this small one, and now I think this should be okay. We have this info here and we can check everything is 100%, and you can see here I know that we are missing drive shaft. That is perfectly fine, and that is the last part actually that is missing from down under the car, and then we can continue with assembly and basically do the bodywork and stuff. That's it, done. Superb, perfect. Let's go down. I do believe we have a few body parts that shouldn't be an issue. Let us see. This is Atlanta, we did Atlanta, so I will just sell these, okay. Let me see, this seems to be most of the parts, okay. Let's go and buy glass, windows and stuff, should be here, maybe like this, yep. So we do have this. We will need this and we will need this. I think this concludes the parts, well, you know, the parts we need actually for the car. Let me just check. As you know, I like to close immediately hood because I like to see the line of the car, to feel it, to simply, you know, have better picture how the car looks like. Also, from this episode onwards, I did make decision that we are going to use only one plate specific on all the cars, and I am not going to buy different plates anymore, this is how it will go. All of them will be Beijing plates, because I live at the moment in China, as you know, I was thinking, why not, you know, and all of them will have QN on the plate, because I think that's a good branding. If you want your country, your name or something on the plate, let me know and I will do it for you. No issues there, just write down in the comment. But you know, until someone said says something and requires you know, some specific plates, I will keep it, you know, in a way how I think it is going to be interesting. Seat 8 leather D and bench seat 8 leather D. Although, you know what, I have in the stock some seats that we need to get rid of. Okay, you see these. I think this can be perfectly fine for the car. Bench and steering wheel, I have no idea, I don't remember what kind. That was the Imperator, and this is 5. Okay, and this is steering wheel 5 if I'm not mistaken. That should be this one. Yep. Okay, so and let me see, this bench. Okay, these seats and this bench, yeah, they can work together, not perfect. Yeah, the color, I wanted to change it, but I think I will just leave it like this, because it's, yeah, it is in a way a little bit boring, but still, why not? So we will, this is a Beijing plate. Beijing means actually northern capital, Beijing. That means north and capital, just for you to know if you're interested in a little bit of Chinese. And we are going to see how expensive that is, but I don't really give a flying F. Let's add our plates. You see, QN. And as I said, if you want your country, your name or something, let me know and I will gladly do it for you. So this car is 100% done. Let's just, can we move it somewhere? Actually, we cannot. So I'm going to move it in the paint booth at the moment. And then we are going to bring our last car for today. Not for today, for this session. As you know, we are doing it in sessions of 5 cars. And this is a Quatroporte, as you can see, almost in perfect shape, but still it is, you know, not a perfect car because it is rusty and stuff. And I will move this one now there, and let's immediately start with stuff. This assembly, you see this one has even different color parts. It was, you know, from different cars, so all of that is pretty nice. We are going to disassemble this. Let's take out immediately interior. Yeah, interior for this car specifically we need original interior, so it must be original. But you know, for the previous one we could use easily, and we did use the different pair of front seats because we have them in stock and we really need to clear them out from our inventory. As I said, it is just a little bit of a visual difference and nothing else and nothing more. Okay, so as always, you remember immediately we are removing these things, everything related with braking in the engine bay and battery and stuff like that. As you can see, here is the ABS system. Let's remove that. And I think that is about it. Yep. So first things first, we are putting our child. You see 83%, very good shape, but still it's not 100, so we need it at 100%. And then we are starting our disassembly. Okay, this is very, very, very nice car. I like Maseratis, especially I like the Maserati sign, the tripod. Is it tripod? No. Tripod is something with 3 legs. How it's called? Trident. Yep. Yeah. As you know, I'm not native English speaker, so sometimes I will struggle for a second to remember some stuff. You know, you really don't use the word trident so much. So yeah, tripod is used much more, trust me, in a way, because tripod is used for cameras and stuff. So yeah. And yeah, I like the sign actually. The cars as such, they're interesting. I did have opportunity to drive one. It is nice car. It is nice car, but you know me, I don't care really about these expensive cars. I don't really mind. From my point of view, today car that is like, I don't know, 15,000 euros, for example, can do amazingly good job in getting you from point A to B. But I'm talking about really amazing good job, you know, very comfy and safe and stuff like that. So I think cars came to the point where really, you know, you can have everything for not so much money. And if you have more money that you need, then of course you are going to spend it on the cars like this or something similar. Why not? You know, there is always a market for expensive stuff. And as you can see, the differences between rich and poor are more and more with basically every passing day. And there is so many things for the rich, you know, the sheer number of supercars that people are developing is mind-blowing. It's now probably in hundreds, and you wouldn't do that if you didn't have a market. So yeah, you can imagine how big market is at the moment and how many rich people are out there that, you know, don't have anything else to do but spend money on toys. So yeah, but still, For the people who are not rich, there are quite a few nice cars out there. You know, you can really buy some very, very nice cars, not pay too much and have a really great driving pleasure and, you know, riding nice in the car and stuff like that. Let me see, I forgot something here. Yeah, this is it. And another, you see the pattern again, this is the DLC car, but the suspension is exactly the same. It's like just copy paste. Every single car that you take is copy paste suspension, and that's about that, except the old muscle cars which couldn't have this suspension because it is a modern suspension, of course. And yeah, so sometimes I really don't like it. There is a lot of things that I don't like about this game, as you know. I complained, I spoke about the issues. I think there is so many things that are wrong with this game. But again, you know, I like it, I play it, I spend my money on it, as you know, I have all the DLCs, everything is paid for. So basically I don't mind spending money, I really don't have issue with that. I have issue with people not following with their games, developing them properly, you know, fixing stuff and things like that. That I have a really problem with. You might not know, or you might know, depends how long you are following me. But I did work in a big gaming company, you know, as a head of community management. As I explained multiple times, I traveled the world. I've been on every single biggest game show in the world. I met so many people. I know how games are working. I've been involved with bug testing, with you know, all these things with development, stuff like that. So basically, I do know things. I'm very competent to talk about what I'm talking about at the moment. So yeah, when I tell you this game is not really brilliant, trust me, it is not. But you know, it is the only one out there, it is the best one out there, and regardless of how do we see the issues here and stuff, you know, it is what it is, and we need to move forward and just, you know, do the stuff and hope that at some point in time maybe someone will step up and fix the issues. But I don't think so, because this company, from what I see, and I'm not sure who is developing what, but you know, this is all these games that you see of this type are coming from the same cooking basically shop. And I'm not sure if that is one company that keeps like 10 different studios under them and develop the stuff or something like that. It doesn't really matter, but what is the problem is that mostly they're doing a money grab, and you know, they're just giving you a half-finished product, you know, and then move to next project, and then skim the milk from the next project, and then move to the next project, etc, etc. A little bit of fluid, sorry. Yeah. But you know, complaining will not do anything. I hope someone from these studios, from these developers will watch and think about that. Maybe, you see, I forgot to repair parts again, and think about that and say, oh shit, we should maybe, you know, step up, or I don't know, something like that. It is sad, because I did work in a company which really followed with the game, you know. They really fixed stuff, they improved stuff, they really cared about it. And this is like, you know, you give a birth, you kind of take care about the child until it is 5 years old, and then you throw it out of the house because you cannot be bothered with it anymore, which is horrible example, I know. I should find some other less horrible example, but you understand what. Or you know, you take a dog. Actually, that's kinda even more horrible. You take a dog, not more horrible. That's a better example. That's what I wanted to say. Sorry, I'm concentrating on these things to sell. I don't want to f up something and then I'm talking bollocks. Just let me see. This is a Quattroporte. Yeah, you take a dog, you know, and while it is a puppy, it is nice and fine, and you have fun and everything. And then when it grows up, you just throw it out, and you don't want to take care about it anymore. And that's, I think, what is going on with this, actually, and with these games and stuff like that. Well, you know, not much we can do, so let's move forward and let's assemble this car. So this is the Masserati Quatroporte, beautiful limo, really pleasant car to drive and stuff. I would say, you know, if you have money and if you want something really nice, which drives well, and you know, it's not too show off, you know, it's not too shiny and stuff, Maserati is always very good choice. It is kinda very nice, calm, cool, collected car. Okay, so these things are in. I think we forgot, maybe, just let me check, yeah. The brake servo, I just remembered. Now I think we are good. And the colors of the cars, I'm completely puzzled, you know. Most of the cars today, if you go out on the street and just check the cars, park cars, passing cars, whatever, you will see most of them are either white or black, or actually, you know, something in between, like gray or silver, or you know, something like that, which I find amusing because, you know, for me the car should be beautiful. That would be kinda the first thing. And yeah, white car, I had white car, don't, you know, think that I didn't, I did, but still I was thinking, you know, why we don't have much color out there, you know. It's all these cars are super boring, just, you know, I don't know, I'm confused. I was thinking about that. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you think? Why we have all these cars that are basically two colors, or just a variation of these two colors? Why we don't have red, yellow, green cars? We do, you know, there are a few of these. Sometimes you will find, you know, few cars that are blue or green, or one red, or things like that, but majority of the cars are these super boring, uninteresting colors that are really not kinda, you know, I don't know, I don't think that white car can make you really happy and make you appreciate it. I think cars should be, you know, in some nice color that really makes it different or something. But most of the people tend to buy car, it seems, that are just boring colors and stuff like that. So yeah, let me know in the comments below, what do you think about that, and why is why that is happening, and why people, for example, don't drive more colorful cars. I didn't really try to figure out why is that, so I have no idea. I don't know why I got a white car, because I got a very good offer on that car, and it was just a white color, and they said, F it, I will buy it, because, you know, it's a good offer, and I saved a bit of money on that, and, you know, I really didn't mind. But I think now, if I would buy a car, I would wait for some color. I would simply, you know, buy a car, even if I had to wait a little bit, you know, for delivery or something. I would buy a car that is colorful, that makes a little bit of statement, that doesn't say, oh, I'm the same boring car like everyone else has. You know, at least if you cannot buy Ferrari, you can make a statement with color of your car or something like that. I think that's also that also represents you as a car owner. Okay. Yeah, if you think I'm correct, let me know in the comments below. If you think I'm not correct, again, let me know in the comments below. I would love to know what you think about that. Do we have exhaust pipes? No. So exhaust pipe, oh, which one is that? Let's see again. It's exhaust pipe front V8B. Front exhaust pipe V8B. I think this is the one. Let's buy 4 of these. I know these are not used so often, but still used often enough to kinda have them in the stock. I think these are the Quatroporte things. Let me see. Yeah, exhaust pipes and rear muffler, which I think we don't have. 2 exhaust pipes and 2 rear mufflers. These are specific for this car and very much used only on this. Look at again, yeah, the suspension as I mentioned, copy paste, the same, always the same one, different manufacturers, different cars from different years, all of them have the same suspension, which, yeah, it doesn't make sense as you can imagine, but again, this just, for me, this is a pure laziness, nothing else, nothing more. You know, it is just let's be lazy and do copy paste because this is the easiest and fastest way to do it. And then we move to some other projects where we will milk money, and then we move to other projects and stuff like that. That is sad really when companies are doing that, but unfortunately there is not much you can do. There are really a lot of great companies that are really doing an amazing job and, you know, trying to make things, you know, as best as possible, following through, you know, pushing, patching, doing stuff. But there is quite a lot of companies that are doing exactly the opposite. And, you know, when you have a kind of monopoly, and the moment this is a little bit of a monopoly on this type of game, you can do that stuff. As soon as you get competition, the things change, you know, and then you realize, oh my goodness, you know, I need to step up because, you know, these guys are taking the market share from me. But, you know, that's not so easy, and not many companies want to develop games like this. So yeah, it is what it is. Quattroporte, let's push it on. Perfect. This car is also not very much complicated or so, you know, in a way, you know, of fixing. It was from the auction, so many cars you cannot find in junkyards, but you have to go to auctions or barns, for example. And this one is also from auction, and as you can see, the state of the car is much better than normal cars, so not a big deal. But still, I mentioned that multiple times, regardless of where you actually kind of buy the car, except in car, they call it salon. I don't like it. I think that is a very, very wrong name. It is a showroom or something like that, but not car salon. It looks like, you know, almost sounds like a Western movie and shit like that. I do apologize for the word. I usually really try to be super friendly, family friendly, and yeah, that's, again, sometimes it slips when I'm annoyed with stuff. Yes, so basically if you buy a new car, that is the only way that you are going to get 100% car. Everything will be 100%, but that for me doesn't make any sense, any challenge. It's not, why would I want to do that? Why would I want to buy a new car? You know, this is not a driving game, which actually, where you can enjoy driving or something. It is pretty, the driving is very, very bad and badly implemented. It's simply not existent from my point of view. So why would you buy a new car? For me, this game is all about repairing, restoring, you know, making something from nothing and things like that. So yeah. It's very, very unclear what the developers wanted to do, and you know, what was their goal. I think they tried to do many things in one, but they didn't do everything really what they wanted, and many of the things they didn't do very well. Rear spring, okay. As you can see, we are missing just here. This suspension is so annoying, as you know, I hate it, and very often you will miss things like this. I do hope that was the last one. Let us check our body parts and see what we have. We do have, I think, yeah, Quattroporte. This is the same situation like with a previous car. Where is the Quattro? Ah, it's two. It was my bad. Let's buy all the glass, windows and stuff. Let's buy the lights, tail and front and whatever. And I think that would be that. Usually with these cars, when they come from the, can I press the proper button? Yes. When they come from the auctions, usually with this car you have like two situations. Either you have all the parts 100%, that happens, and you know it's not very often, so we don't have front bumper. Okay, it's not very often, but it happens, which is amazing. You get all the glass, everything, light stuff, everything is 100%. That is option number one. Option number two, that is much more common with the auction cars, is basically left side mirror. Okay, then probably we don't have right side mirror. I don't care, let's buy it just. You have like most of the parts repairable on the bodywork. Like here we were missing a few body parts, and then you have to add all the glass, of course, all the lights and stuff like that. So yeah, that's usually a little bit better than getting car from the junkyard, which on the junkyard you will usually you know, get car without most of the parts. Most of the parts. So yeah, so I would recommend, if you really want car in a very good shape, go for auctions, go for barns or something like that. If you want the car that is just, you know, for assembly and to do it from the zero, then junkyard works the best. We need to go out from this mode, and we need to send the car. Unfortunately, as you can see, it is the door here is different color, so we need to paint it, but I cannot stand this color. I cannot stand it. I don't want this color. Let me see, something shiny like this, a little bit different, a little bit, you know, with a little bit of statement, you know. I'm super nice looking car, I'm not just a random gray car. And we need interior, am I correct? I think I am. Just to check, Quattroporte, everything is Quattroporte, and right body window A. Is it here? Indeed it is. So let's buy all the Quattroporte interior, which we buy here. We need one bench, we need of course 2 seats, and we need 1 steering wheel. The nice thing with these DLC cars is that they do have these how to say, specific seats, you see, specific steering wheels, everything is, you know, original like in a real car. So I like that actually a lot. Let me see, perfect, 100%. Okay, my friends, 48 minutes into the episode, we have our 5 cars ready. So what we are doing now, we are just going to sell them, as you know. I'm not going even to take a photo, we really don't need it. We have everything in the videos, and that's it. So I took, for example, photo of this one because I really liked it, but other than that, nothing. So first thing, Bolt Cape Supercharged. This is Chevrolet Impala with supercharged engine. I really dislike it, is because of the open hood. I think it should have hood and stuff like that, but I really dislike it, and it doesn't work for me, this car, at all. So yeah, this is about that. Let's sell it. 58k, nothing really. Second car we did was this beautiful R380. This was done by K3, and I think Fullsick released it or so, but you know, I think main model was done by K3. This is the mod, so you know, link is in the spreadsheet, feel free to check it. Beautiful machine, amazing livery, everything. So yeah, we will get some nice money for it, and that's done. Third car was this Camino, Chevrolet El Camino, called Trespasser. I don't think that's real name actually, but it doesn't really matter. I painted in this actually ugly combination of colors, but it is kind of hunting truck, so why not? It makes sense, you know, to have it like that, off-road version and stuff like that. Let's sell it. That's that. The last two we just did now. The first one is Delray Imperator or Imperator. I'm not even sure how it is pronounced properly. I should check it probably, but not now. This is a Dodge Challenger SRT8. Challengers are 2 doors and Chargers are 4 doors, if I'm not mistaken. Very nice car. I left it in this ugly gray color for some reason, and from this car on we are using Beijing plates with QN on them, which is Quattro Ninja, of course. So let's sell it. Not so much money, 200k, but yeah, perfectly fine. And last car, we just did it a few minutes ago, is this Masserati Quatroporte. Very nice car, DLC, nice looking. I just painted in different color than horrible gray it was in. Okay, so that is the last car for this session, and session means 5 cars. We have quite a lot of time. I prepared next 5 cars. Well, actually I prepared 3 because we cannot do more than 3, but I know also, you know, what else we are going to bring. First car for today, for the new session, not for today, for the new session, is going to be this Porsche. I think this is the last Porsche that we have, that we from the DLCs that we didn't do, and this one is almost in perfect shape. This is the 911 Carrera 4S, and I am just going to disassemble it immediately because I want it to not look so nice. But it's really in very good shape, although it's not 100%, I can promise you that. This car is damaged, you know, and it's not really in perfect shape. Exhaust, no, that's going from the bottom. I'm just looking, is there something we forgot? This window, this one. Let's remove interior. I think this, you see, even bench is removable, perfect. This is because the car is, of course, the DLC. As I said, the DLCs are done very well, although I don't like their suspensions. As I said, they're too much copy-paste for my taste. I'm just looking, is this the separate? Yeah. So this is the separate thing. We will remove it. I didn't do this car yet, so I'm in it's a learning process. What I'm trying to do, I'm trying to remove battery from here, and what is from my point strange, and I cannot see it, let me recheck. I'm looking for ABS stuff. It doesn't seem it is here. Maybe it is here. It should have ABS stuff. Yep, it's here. Okay. As I said, you know, it should have it. I wasn't sure where it is. Now we know. So we removed that. Let's put our battery. You see 89%. Very good, but still not 100%. So what we're going to do next, we are going to disassemble this Porsche and, you know, restore everything back to its perfect condition, 200%. With Porsche, you know, you cannot go wrong. As you know, I love Porsche. I would never buy one, of course. I love them, although I have to be honest, I spoke about that. I did drive and been driven in Porsche. I don't know what to say. From my point of view, when I first time, for example, when I sat down in the Porsche and my friend drove me around, I was very much unimpressed. I'm not sure how to explain that. As I said, I love them. I love how they look. I love how they drive. I love everything about them. But still, they don't impress me. And they're like super, very nice, amazing cars, but still they don't, I don't know. Something is missing there. But yet again, maybe because I really had the opportunity to drive so many different cars, some of them really expensive and powerful and stuff like that, maybe that had impact on me, you know, that I'm not overly impressed with anything anymore. You know, probably if I sat in Veyron, Bugatti Veyron or Chiron or whatever new versions are, that would be a very special experience. I presume that's something a little bit different, or you know, some of these super sports car or whatever. But still, yeah. Once I think when you try a few of these, you just understand they're all more or less the same, you know, in different package, and you know, it just depends on your preferences, what you like and what makes it work for you. This front differential is a little bit strange here. You see how it is, but it's okay. I presume it must be like that. Let's remove this. I think this is the last car from the DLC, the last Porsche we didn't do from DLCs. I cannot bet on that actually, but I think it is the fact. And from now on we will start slowly probably to introduce Porsche mods, because you know the modders did quite a lot of Porsche cars in the mods. So I think they do deserve to be represented also, you know, in our playthroughs. Why not? This is exhaust section, which I think we should remove. Let me remove this. As I said, I didn't do this car until now, so this is my first kinda engine bay. Okay. We will need to push car down again to remove starter. I just realized I should do it from the engine bay. I didn't realize that, but it's okay. It's okay. We will see how it goes. Yeah, as you know, I live in China at the moment, so I am not actually streaming. Multiple reasons for that. I think the most important one is the time zone is completely, you know, 6, 7, 8 hours from the time zone I would like to stream in, and that is the Europe. Also with streaming from here, sometimes it will happen that stream will cut off in, you know, just cut off, not in the middle, it will just cut off. That happens maybe once per 2-hour stream, but you know, it's something that you cannot avoid simply, and it will happen from time to time. I don't like it, so I chose not to have interruptions, and from my point of view, this format is kinda better, because we are doing actually streaming. I'm not editing videos. Videos are as they are. I'm just, you know, dropping them on the YouTube exactly as they are and as they were recorded. So no video editing, no bullshitting, nothing. It is what you see is what you get. Also, one of the biggest reasons why I'm not streaming at all is that I cannot follow any schedule. I'm extremely busy, and you know, often it will happen like now that I don't do any episode for 2 weeks, and then I do like 5 episodes in 2 days, because this is the only free time that I have. And you know, these multitude of reasons are simply, you know, enough for me to do it like this in this format. So already everything fixed, engine dropped. Let's drop in no, what we forgot, you remember, we forgot to repair stuff. As I said, one day when if we have a big following and people want to be involved and, you know, talk and be online, we will stream, I promise you, regardless of maybe, you know, stream interruptions. It's not a big deal, you know, but we will not do these episodes like series episodes. We will do something more fun, you know, just do random stuff and talk. So we will see about that. At the moment, it is what it is, and we are moving forward. I hope you don't mind this format which we are doing now. 4,500 units for parts. This is interesting. Also, what I want to do, see, engine, let's sell everything. The groups, and groups are like, you see, groups of parts that are making shock absorber, or groups of parts that are making wheels, have to be sold like this. You cannot sell them by just pressing sell button. You have to sell them, you know, like simply like separate parts one by one. And this is why I was clicking on that, so just for you to know. Let's drop everything we can in. First things first, so, you know, like everything that comes in the engine bay on that level, and then we are going from the bottom of the car. Okay, so air filter base B6A. We didn't manage to repair it, unfortunately. B6A, this is the one. You know what I'm going to do? Actually, I think these are the ones. I'm not going to bother even to check do we have something repaired or not. I'm just going to drop in things. The only thing that we can have double is this, but we don't. So everything was basically sold. We couldn't repair that. Okay, perfect. We will have to buy also some other stuff. I'm just looking. We cannot drop starter in while I see now we cannot switch there. We can. Perfect. Sometimes you cannot, sometimes you can. Today it was case that we can. Okay, we have enough of these. 2 radiators on the front, and that's that. I think these are the parts. Now we are going with suspension and starting to rebuild the car. Very nice color, of course. We are not going to change it, as you can imagine, because it makes car looks much better, and that's something that we want. Car to look good. Okay, a little bit laggy. I have a lot of stuff in the inventory. I spoke about that a lot of time. The optimization of the game is not really good. It's pretty crappy and doesn't work very well, but still, you know, it is what it is, and we will simply ignore it and, you know, adapt and move forward. We will need discs, of course. How many calipers do we have and cylinders? So we managed to repair. Interestingly enough, you can repair calipers and cylinders, which doesn't make any sense, as I said multiple times. But, you know, in this game, many things don't make sense. It seems, you know, it almost feels like the people who developed this game actually didn't consult, actually, I don't know, people who are repairing cars and stuff like that. So yeah, that's also a big possibility, you know. Today people do everything from internet, which is not the best thing, you know. Internet is, or information on internet are so many times wrong and effed up, but people still do, you know, believe everything they see on internet. And yes, you again maybe know or don't know, I did work in a repair shop as a manager for some time, helping my friend. This is not my job, you know, I'm not in that field, but you know, management is something that I'm good at, and I helped, you know, to put things on their place, to run it, and I learned quite a lot about cars, about repairs, about how stuff is working and things like that. So yeah, that was an interesting stuff. So yeah, I can also talk about that from kind of side of someone who knows what he's talking about, at least a little bit, not talking about things he doesn't have a clue about. And you know, today, as you know, most of the people talk about anything and everything, and even if they don't have a clue, or you know, never had any contact with something, they will talk about it like they're the experts. And yeah, that's kind of not really the best thing that is happening to us, but we cannot do anything against that. We simply need to learn to, you know, kind of juggle these informations and decide what is right, what is wrong, what we believe is okay and what not. Now drive shaft, let's put that in. Okay, so our Porsche is slowly getting there. Slowly getting there, and that is always very nice thing. You see, the suspension on this car is completely different from the previous cars. This suspension actually is more of a, you know, sport car suspension and things. So yeah, do we have we are out of discs and ventilated discs and everything. Okay, we can put wheels. This is the bigger one. But also I want to check, do we have maybe in stock for some strange reason? So 911, this is the A and B. Okay, 911, let's see. I think we have one of these, one of this, and one of this. Let's say that we did a good job by buying these parts. I think we did. Yep. So this is it. Now what we need to do, we need to finish suspension on this side. And I think this car will be finished pretty fast, which is super. I like it. And then we can move forward. As I said, this session of 5 cars, or this episode of 5 cars, will have all the vanilla and DLC cars. Okay, there will be no mods, because I wanted to clean and clear a little bit, you know, parking from the actual cars that are just vanillas and DLCs. If you ask me why, I don't know, but I felt like that and I just did it. Okay. And that is the second rear wheel. And I know that we are missing starter. Let us check in here. You see, everything is 100%, so that's good. Brake servo, starter. Yeah, we are just missing starter. That should be it. Well, we know that we are missing starter and we have to put it from the engine bay, unfortunately. So that's it. Okay, now we can immediately check body parts. You see, we are missing glass. Okay. Let's go to the body shop. No, this is interior. Also, I'm just looking what interior. 911, 911. Okay. Because we are here, let's buy first bench, 2 seats and steering wheel. Okay. And then we can come here and say 991, but I'm not sure. Yeah, that is the one car. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think that should be it. Let us check. So first engine cover, because later when we close hood, the engine cover, we will not be able to put engine cover. Okay, so that's that. Tail lights, bumper. As you know, we decided to go with, I have to sell everything else. We decided to go with Beijing plates and QN 4-quarter Ninja on them. And the reason is that I live in China at the moment and I love it. It is amazing place, full of wonders. It's simply, you know, I don't know, such a high-tech society. I didn't really know that until I came here. It's simply astonishing how far they managed to develop, you know, and how strong they're developing forward. Mind-blowing, actually, mind-blowing, trust me. Okay, so 100%, let's put interior in and our beautiful Porsche. And it looks beautiful, you have to admit, it looks beautiful. As I said, I love Porsche, there is no issue about that. I do love these cars, they're amazing. But as I said, I'm not impressed with them. I'm not, you know, I don't know, it's simply beautiful, amazing car. I would love to have one, but I would never really go to buy one, you know. Maybe if someone will give me one for some strange reason, I would say, oh, thank you, beautiful and everything, but like buying one, no, not really. Look at this. It is beautiful car. For me, Porsche was always beautiful and probably will always be beautiful. So that's done. Now the car that I really don't like at all. This is Castor Avalanche, or as you can probably see on it, it is a Range Rover Evoque, which I think it's a super, I don't know even how to say, super ugly car. Really something not pleasant to look at, and very much, you know, not even the woman car. I don't know how I would define that. So I don't like it at all, as you can imagine. I think, you know, they went really in wrong direction with this one. But I see people are buying them like crazy, so obviously, you know. And how broken this is, it's astonishing, you know, how hard is programmed something like that. I honestly don't understand. But yeah, no, losing that focus all the time, it's astonishing simply. Let's remove all the parts. So as I said, I don't really like this car. I think it is super ugly and it doesn't really work for me at all. It is Range Rover, I agree. Range Rovers are nice, but for me Range Rover are meh. ABS. Too much money for what you get, simple as that. Nothing else, nothing more, especially ugly car like this. This is why I took this one to kinda do it, is because I want to get rid of it, not to look at it anymore, simply like that. Okay, let me see. I'm not sure, do we have enough shock absorbers? If we don't, as you know, I will prepare them, make them, you know, while we are playing. Not a big problem at all. So when we are talking about the cars, one of the things that I cannot say shocked me, but I was kind of completely blown away by the fact that when you look at the cars here, you know, in Beijing specifically, it's, you know, in every country, and I visited, as I said, at least 50 countries, at least. I don't know the number. I was counting, and I passed 50, so I didn't count anymore. But I visited at least 50 countries. I've been in 50 countries, so you know, not only, you know, visited, I kinda did a stint in every country, seeing things and stuff like that. So in most of the countries you will see quite a lot of old cars that feel old, and you see they're old. You know, they might look okay and not be like ruined old rusty buckets, but they're old and stuff like that. Here I'm having hard time to find a single car that like doesn't look new, or you know, single car that I can recognize it's like from 10 years ago or something. It's very, very hard. There are some of them, some, as I said, but most of the cars are simply, you know, I don't know, new, or you know, just few years old or stuff like that. It's simply astonishing how many, and yet again the horrible, stupid suspension on the back. You can see the same thing just repeating itself time and time again. I cannot simply believe. So as I said, so many new cars, so many amazing cars. Also, there is so many cars that you guys have never seen in your life, most probably, because there is quite a lot of Chinese car producers, manufacturers that are making cars. Most of them, you know, are selling in Chinese market, and they're not easy to find outside of China. And you know, some of them are just kind of looking like normal mid-sized car, you know, something that you would expect to see, you know, from any manufacturer in the world that is doing mainstream cars and stuff. But some of them are like out of this world, you know, design and wow. For example, you have well, probably some of you know for the company called NIO or XPeng. These are different companies. One is NIO, one is XPeng, and they're doing EV cars. You know, these things, they look so good that I honestly, I am so tempted to buy one. Although I don't need car, I don't want car. You know, here I don't really need car. I don't know what I would do with car actually if I would buy one, because you know, I really, everything is easier to do just by, you know, you have something called Didi, which is like Uber but for China, and you know, you can call anything from the ordinary taxi to the, you know, like you have the normal cars. I know how they're called. I think they're express. So that would be your, I don't know, Ford Focus or something like that, you know, Volkswagen Bora. This class, this is, I don't know, is that, what class is that? I know these cars have their own class, but you know what I mean. Then you can call something called, I think, Premier. No, it's Extra Comfort even, and these are like Passats and stuff like that. Then you have Premier, which are even bigger and you know, nicer cars. And then you have something, oh, I cannot remember the name, which are mostly the Mercs, BMWs, Audis, and I'm talking about big ones, you know, SLs and stuff like that. It's very, very interesting, you know, and you really have you know, cars for every budget, for every occasion, and you can go and ride out for 20 yuans, or you can ride out for 120 or 200, depends whatever you want. So yeah, but we were talking about the cars, and actually what I wanted, I want to unmount We didn't remove gearbox. Yeah, I was thinking because I think I need to do this. Yes, you see? First remove this and then we are going to remove gearbox. I was talking about Xpeng or Neo. These cars, they look so good. You wouldn't believe. I really recommend check it if you can. I know that Xpeng and Neo have the English websites. Xpeng S7, I think. Oh my goodness, that is the car that I would buy, you know, without thinking even, just based on looks. And I know it's good car actually, and stuff like that. So feel free to check. Again, wrong button. Thank you, my darling. Thank you. Let's first maybe fix the interior and exterior, and then we are going to do stuff. Okay, now let's do interior. Let's see. As you can see, nothing really to say. Maybe it's a little bit better, maybe it's not, but yeah. With Welder always, you know, Welder fixes things. So that's it. Let's drop the engine in immediately. We have, no, we will drop the BFM into this one. Okay, this is it. Let's just drop everything we can. And maybe you have seen it, maybe you didn't. We have parts that are not repaired. I again forgot it. As always, the same story repeats itself every single time I forget to repair parts. It's just my curse, and it is like that. And okay, but you know, I always remember at some point that I have to do that, and then we do it regardless. So it's all good. And look, quite a lot of parts fixed. Let's sell everything that we didn't fix. We do it by sell parts, and 99%. Okay, 1,900 units. That's a nice number of parts that we sold. Okay, so I just want to check list 100%. I just wanted to check radiator. Did I put 100% radiator? I did actually, so that's good. This one, yes. I4B filter bases and filter covers very often you cannot repair. I will need all of this. You cannot repair and you have to buy new ones. Very often, sometimes you will be able to repair. You see, I had a filter. Unfortunately, I got another one. Well, why I say unfortunately, because it just lags my inventory. Because, as I said, optimization is not really good in this game, so it's a little bit tricky. And sometimes you see these focus things, when you click it doesn't work. There's quite a few things that should be fixed and optimized, but they are actually not. Okay, so we put stuff here. Perfect. Let's move up. 1 hour 22 minutes. We still have enough time. I think we will be able to restore this one and start on the third car. Maybe even you know, finish most of the third car. I would love to have, you know, 3 cars ready, but I'm not sure can we do it or not. We need, as you remember, we need ventilated discs. We are going to buy 10, and we need normal discs. I'm quite sure we are going to buy 10 because I remember that we were missing both of these. So yeah. And the order of things, I always talk about that in every single episode. How do you decide, you know, what you are going to do at any given moment? In this game, really, the order doesn't matter. Yes, you cannot put some things before you put some other things, okay? So you have to take care. You see, we don't have front shock absorbers. Let's do that for a second, and let's showcase that. So these are the A absorbers. Usually I make a little bit less of them. They're a little bit less used. And we have something called spring puller. So you join parts and do this. So every time when you do this, you will get a shock assembly basically. So you will take absorber, you will take a spring, you will take a cap, and these three things will actually, you see, absorber, spring and cap, and these three things will actually make a full shock absorber. What is the name of that one? It's shock absorber A or something like that. And then you have this assembly, and assembly is used on the car. As you can see, we spent like minute, maybe not even that, and we have now nice new shock absorbers which we have to install. Okay, doke. So this car, as you can see, pretty much straightforward. I'm looking what we are missing. We are missing, okay, we need to put gearbox. I don't know why I have so many i4 gearboxes, for example. I have no idea. I know that I need front drive shaft here, and then I can do axles, because I wanted to clear that and, you know, put bars and all of these parts here. You see how many of these we have. Perfect. I think we will be able to put wheel now also. Yes. So this is rim avalanche. As you can see, the size of the wheels is the same on all wheels, so it's okay whatever we put in. So this side should be okay. I think we didn't put rubber bushing here, as you can see. Cool. And that's it. Now we can immediately add this rod. We will need new rods. As you can see, there is a lot of parts that we will have to buy. And as you know, these outer and inner tie rods, you have to have them in the stock because they cannot be repaired. Simply, you have always to use new ones. The same is with many parts. For example, rubber bushings. You have to buy them and keep them in stock. Brake discs, brake pads, stuff like that. Nothing can be repaired, but you have simply to just buy new ones. Although calipers and cylinders can be repaired, so that is a funny thing, but true. What we are missing, so okay, I'm looking what we are missing, so we cannot put a wheel in. Okay, so another avalanche coming in. Cool. Okay, bushing. Did we put the bushing there? We did. Do we have front exhaust section? We do. Actually, why we have it, I don't know, but it's always good to have part and not need to go and buy one. Exhaust pipe, last one, and rear muffler i4. As you can see, lucky for me, I had all these parts. Fuel tanks. So fuel tank, never forget, these are not repairable, and always have them in the stock. You will always need them. Most of the cars are using this fuel tanks. Some sport cars and something are using a little bit different fuel tanks, which are used only on a relatively, I would say, smaller number of cars. So, you know, if you keep these in stock, it is enough. When you need these special ones, you can just buy them for any specific car that you need them for. Okay, so can we put bushing here? We can. Can we put bushing here? We can. Superb. And yeah, these suspensions we had practically on every single car. We did this suspension here, and this one takes time to assemble. Basically, if you compare assembling this suspension with some of other simpler suspensions, this one takes like double the time. So basically we always lose much more time, few minutes more with suspension like this. And when you put that, you know, in totals, and when you calculate it, we basically lose, I think, 10 minutes for sure in this episode just on this suspension. And this is why we are running a little bit behind schedule, I would say, because I usually expect to have 3 cars ready at the end of the episode. Maybe we are going to be able to do it, maybe not. I'm not exactly 100% sure. We will see how this goes, because we have still, you know, whole side of this suspension, this side to do. Cool. Bushings, let's put them in and stuff. I will not even change color on this car. I really dislike it and I don't care about it at all. Interestingly enough, if you talk about British car industry, you are probably aware, or maybe you're not aware, that British don't own practically anything that is called a British car. I'm actually not sure who owns Range Rover. I didn't check in beforehand, and Land Rover. Is it a British company or not? It's easily checked, but you know, for most of the brands, British brands, they don't simply own them anymore. So British car industry is practically not as existent as a British industry. It is owned by foreign companies, all of it. You know, biggest examples are Bentley, which is of course Volkswagen, or Rolls-Royce, which is of course BMW, or Lotus, if I'm not mistaken, owned by Chinese Geely. Huge company, multi-hundred billion dollar company and stuff like that. Ignition coils and spark plugs. Interesting enough. So when I was, just give me a second to check. Yeah, when I was assembling engine, I didn't put ignition coils and spark plugs, which I find almost impossible. I was looking when I was assembling the engine. I was actually checking it specifically because it was very strange and I couldn't find, I still cannot find. Okay, that was my stupidity actually. Where would you put spark plugs if not on the top of the engine? So my friends, as you can see, sometimes your brain decides to go to vacation and you stay home and the brain goes to vacation, and you know, then you get together again and then you put your spark plugs and ignition coils. And you know, I was assembling engine in the morning and I was thinking like, what the heck, why there is no spark plugs in this engine? And then as you can see, there are spark plugs in this engine. Good. And I could pretend I kind of intentionally didn't do that or whatever, but no, it was just me not paying enough attention. Okay, so mechanically speaking, we have the car done. What I want to check is this. Okay. You know what? I think we can buy all the glass if you agree with me, and all these things. Let's see how this goes. Yet again, as I said, this is the auction car, and auction cars are actually always a little bit in a better shape, and usually you need mostly lights and windows. Yeah, this is the same situation with this one. We got all the windows and lights, and everything else seems to be in our inventory. We managed to fix it. Perfect. Okay, give me a second. This one also. Okay. You see 100% all the way except the interior, which we are going to buy here. So we need one bench, 2 seats, and what kind of steering wheel this car has? It's simple steering wheel 1. Okay. Okay, good. Let's put interior in. And this car is also done. I intentionally don't put these random seats in, don't want to do it because I will use them on some mod car or something, because this one has specific a really specific set of seats and everything, so we will use that. What about color? I don't know what was original color. This ugly gray color, as we spoke about that 10-20 minutes ago. Why the heck we all have these ugly cars in these gray colors, black colors, stuff like that, but it's okay. So this is a Range Rover Evoque, the car that I don't like at all. Let's take a next car. Well, this is the last car for today. I don't think I will do anything else. Maybe we will see. Where is this one? This is the little small thing, not so small, but still small enough. Royale Bianco or Bianco, I'm not sure. We will check it when we move it here. It is Royale Bianco ECO Turbo. Okay, this would be, my dear friends, Fiat Grande Punto. So this is the Punto. Well, I'm not sure, that is like older version, yeah. But in any case, this is the car that we are going to do. This is the car that we prepared and are ready. Hello. Hello, thank you very much. Okay, I'm just looking, did we miss something? Yes, we did miss rear bumper, and I think everything else is fine, except you see these small body windows, which we also need to remove. Now, yeah, the air filter, the complex one, you see how everything is stuck next to each other together, a lot of parts. You see, I'm just removing whatever I can at any given moment. Good, this car should have ABS, but it is so small, so ABS should be on this side. Absolutely, as you can see, a little bit of experience goes a long way. That is done. What we are going to do, you remember, we are going to put battery on the charger. We have a lot of spare batteries because I picked them up from different cars that I just discarded, sold or whatever, because sometimes I will buy same car on the junkyard or something, just to check, you know, if you have different versions or stuff. It doesn't really matter. I just get rid of that later, and that's that. So this should be pretty straightforward. Little car, quite simple, shouldn't give us much work, but look at the suspension. So do you really believe, if even if you are not mechanically, you know, educated about mechanics of the car and stuff, do you really believe that the Fiat Punto, the small, you know, town car more or less, would have the same suspension like, for example, Range Rover Evoque? I don't think so. I don't think that anyone would believe that. So as I said, this is a pure laziness from the developer side. I don't know, it seems like copy paste, and then it's very strange. I don't understand why they wouldn't do it properly, because, you know, you cannot have that kind of suspension in each and every car, but they do have it. So that is another thing that, yeah, is kind of shows the laziness and lack of care about the game. And I think that comes to the also lack of community management, complete lack of community management from what I can see. You know, when you care about community, then you usually at least try to have a sort of community management, to have people who will try to talk with community. Don't forget one thing, talking with community is the most complicated and very, very tough thing, because you know, people believe in today's world they have the right to, you know, talk about everything, they have opinion about everything, even about things they don't understand. They believe they're right all the time, you know, with all this modern teaching that you can do everything, you're always correct, you're always right, you are the one and stuff. Yeah, you are, maybe, you know, that's not the issue. You are the person, you are the best for yourself. But still, you know, I can tell you that we cannot all be, you know, out there to talk about stuff, you know, that we don't know much about. And when you're dealing with community in the gaming, that is the best example, because everyone there has their own opinion, has their own view of things, and they believe they know better than developers. And that is tricky, you know, because in most of the cases the community doesn't know better, trust me. Yes, there will be cases, and I've seen them, where developers or, you know, people who are in charge for a specific game didn't do stuff because they couldn't be bothered, or they simply chose not to for one or another reason, and community was right to push and to ask for, you know, change and stuff. But I've seen so many times, so numerous cases of the community pushing for things that are simply not possible, or, you know, they don't make sense, or they would break the game in so many different ways, or things like that. So there is a very fine balance on these things. And you know, when I talk about this game, I think I always kinda analyze what should or shouldn't be done, or could or couldn't be done. And I'm not talking about things that I expect could not be done for one reason or another. I do believe, you know, whenever I say something and whenever I talk about something, most of these things, from my point of view, are things that I believe, really from my experience, I'm talking about my experience, can be really done, and, you know, should be done, and things like that. I have to remove this gearbox and then we can remove the engine, I believe. Let's push car down and let's remove the engine. I didn't push car down, I cannot hear the sound of the lifter, so yeah. Okay, so taking out the engine, and let's first do, you know, the drill. Interior, I'm not going even to bother to look at interior. And the welder, this car is in actually perfect shape, it seems. It's okay, we will see. So we are going with i3, I think it was i3 turbocharged. So small turbocharged engine, you know, which many of new cars, smaller cars have, you know, saving space and probably even, I don't want that, I want to click here, yep, money, whatever, you know. And what I did now, as you see, I put a thing that is not 100%. So yet again, I simply forgot to come here and to fix stuff. So I'm just looking now to see the filter, box, cover and base, but it seems they're not repairable for, they are, okay, so cover and strainer. Sometimes you will be able to repair them, sometimes you will not, sometimes it will show up in your repair queue, sometimes it will not. I'm not sure how that works, I actually never paid too much attention, so if you know, let us know in the comments below. Let me sell whatever I have here. As you remember, these are the groups, and we want to get rid of all these groups. Perfect, we earned some money in the process. That's always a good thing. And now we can return to our stuff and be sure that we are putting only 100% parts. So we managed to repair this, and I don't think we have air filters. We don't, of course. I'll just buy one for now. Later we will buy more, but I want to have clean inventory at the moment as much as I can. So let's put these clips. Clips, if I'm not mistaken, can even be repaired. If I'm not mistaken, which doesn't make any sense. It's not logical, of course. In the real world it doesn't work like that. But as I said, it seems that when the game was developed, the people didn't really consult real mechanics and stuff, but they more did it like just let's do this. This is how it should be. Okay, let me see. Gearbox. So we don't have i3 gearbox. So this is one of the times then we have to buy the gearbox. Although we have quite a few i4s, i3s we don't. What I want to do is to put drive shaft because we need it for our connections here. So inner tie rod, you remember that we used the last one, and outer the last one on the previous car, so we don't have it. In any case, 1:45 at the moment on the clock, so we are recording for 1 hour 45 minutes, and I think we are going actually to be able to do this car fully. I kinda think we can, not 100% sure though, but we will see. Usually around 15 minutes should be enough if we have everything prepared, and from what I can see we do have more or less everything prepared. I just want to do this and put the bearing in, and we need to put a brake system here and connect this drive axle. Okay, there's quite a lot of parts on this front suspension here, and also don't forget that we have the rear suspension that doesn't make any sense for the car as small as this one, but as I said, this just shows the a bit, I think, laziness on the developer side, just copy paste stuff, because you would expect a little bit of diversity, different parts and things like that. We don't have this. Okay, we have to buy it. I think for the we don't have this is front exhaust section BI3. Let me see. Front exhaust section BI3, and we need a catalytic converter, but maybe CAT would make more sense. Let's buy 7 of these. Yeah, I think this one. I got one. I cannot even remember why I just said to myself buy one when we will need that, but it's okay. It's i3. It's relatively not used much, so we will see. Because we are slowly running out of the DLC and vanilla cars. Really slowly running out, and mostly we will be, I don't know, we will have to do mod cars. Although we do have quite a few vanilla cars that are in different versions, you know, like the Bolt, Atlanta, whatever. There is few versions with different engines and stuff like that. As I said, it may come to that we are going to have to use them at some point, but until we don't have, let's just kinda wait and see. Okay, so this is the front link A. You see, it's very slow assembly. I'm not really impressed with the speed we are doing here. Starter we cannot put in. Okay, so we don't have exhaust pipe, I know. Okay, let's try first to do this, and then we are going to try to finish. As I said, the order of putting things in is just up to you, and of course why we wouldn't miss parts. Now this is A absorber, bushings. What I'm trying to do, I'm trying to push and finish this car to see can we do that in the time we have. I actually believe we might be able to, depending on how many parts we have to buy. Now I'm not sure, I think it was this one. Indeed it was. Okay, let us see. This one screw here. Here we have a small bushing, then a rear suspension arm, and then on top of that we have all these caps and stuff, as you can see. And again we are missing a little bit. Okay, it doesn't really matter. Wheel hub bearing here and cap, and then wheel should come after we put all the braking system. Brakes, pads, we can always buy 20 because pads are something that you need, you know, all the time, and it's not repairable, so feel free to have them in stock. Okay, this is it. We are missing bushing here, and do we miss anything else here? No. Okay, I want to do this part here. Can we do the bushing? We can. Okay, let me see. This is going to be tight in a way, you know, I'm not sure. Can we finish all of it? But the car, for most of the car will be done actually. So as always we will have more or less 3 cars that are ready to go. Bearing, disc, pad, hub, caliper, cylinder, and the wheel. But wheel cannot go in until we have, you see, this in the place. You will see how that goes. And also what we are missing, the main link here. This is what we need for the car, for the wheel. So rear spring and rear cap. So we will buy 5 and 6 because we no, I just got it in a different order, it doesn't really matter. That's it. What we need now, we need exhaust pipe and rear muffler. Okay. Exhaust pipe, where is the exhaust pipe? That should be the normal one. 5, and rear muffler, which is normal rear muffler. I will buy just 3 of these. I'm not sure how often we are going to use them. It's always good to have a little bit of them on stock. So let's check it. 100%. Starter is missing. Of course the starter is missing, but we cannot put it in until we push car down. As always, my dear friends, you know, like, subscribe and comment. If you like what I'm doing here, just press the like button. If you like the channel, if you like the content, press the subscribe. And of course, as I always ask, comment please, don't be shy, you know, say your opinion about the game, what do you think about it, how do you like what we are doing here. You know, talk about cars in the real life, what you like, what you don't like. Do you kind of have some preference for the cars, what you would like to drive, you know, be realistic in a way. If you can, you know, afford car, then yep, say I want to drive that, or I will drive that in 2 years. Things like that. And especially, you know, I would like to know what cars you don't like. That is a very interesting question. And as you know, for example, Range Rover Evoque for me is a horrible car that I really dislike passionately. What cars, you know, work for you, what cars don't work for you, just write it down in the comments below. I'm just trying to do it as fast as possible. As you can see, this car had everything 100%, all the parts, all the body parts, including glass and windows and stuff. So that happens on some cars, and that is always a very, very nice thing. 100% nice thing. Not things, not plural, but it's singular. I think we should use original, and that is this one, yeah. And everything is 100% perfect. This saved us quite a lot of time. So this car is done. Cool. Well, I will not move it anywhere, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so we did a Porsche. This is 911, Carrera 4S 991. This is Range Rover Evoque, an ugly thing that I really don't like. And this is Fiat Grande Punto, not much to talk about that, it's just a random Italian small car. But you know, funny thing, this car was at some point the best seller, I think, in Europe, and the best selling car and things like that. If I'm not mistaken, I think I read about that. Okay, so that's that. Well, we can actually move this one to lifter 2 and probably bring the next car. We don't need to work on it, but we can just bring it because why not? And the next one is going to be a Jeep Wrangler. As you can see, what I will do, I will actually disassemble the car. Is this the one part? Probably it is. I'm just looking. I will just not disassemble the car, I will remove body parts, okay? Because I kinda think we have enough time, and actually, why not? I'm looking, you see here, it doesn't seem that we can remove anything. I don't want to do that. Okay. Please. Buggy, horrible implementation. Okay, so yeah, I'm not sure why they didn't make it so you can remove it. I'm not sure I like that, but that's it. Yep, that's about that. Everything else we will leave for the next episode. So 1 hour 57:10. I think we don't need really to spend more time on this. Listen, we have a few more minutes. As you know, I always like to finish at 2-hour mark. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove also these parts from here. This is just enough time. We spoke about likes, subscriptions, comments, you know, everything about that. So go forward and do it. Also, in the next episode, we are going to restore this Jeep and one more car, which will finish this session actual, and then we will have 5 new cars in the queue waiting. Okay, for today, so this beautiful Porsche is done, Evoque there, Range Rover, and Fiat Grande Punto with Wrangler waiting for the full disassembly process. 1 hour 58 minutes. This episode is going to be a little bit shorter. As you know, you have been in Quattro Ninja's lair. We are playing Car Mechanic Simulator 2018 and we are doing our 1000 cars journey. Feel free to check in the description down below the link for the spreadsheet, 1000 car spreadsheet, which contains all the infos about stuff we are doing. In any case, have a great day, stay safe, take care about your family, do something you love, and you know me, always at the end I say enjoy life. That is the most important thing. I will see you again very soon. Until then, all the best and bye bye.
Please subscribe to this channel, share and like this video. Thank you.